So 23 years
Yes.
of the Sphinx competition. That's a long time.
Yes, we are very excited to be back and be back at the DSO and in the Detroit community, and really just offering an opportunity to create diverse audiences and create opportunities for the competitors. So it's an exciting time.
So I know that we do this show each year and we talk about the importance of diversity in music and classical music in particular. But I always think it's worth reminding people that the diversity we see in classical music today owes a lot of what it is to Sphinx and this competition. And the 23 years you guys have really been encouraging young people of color to do this.
Yes, so it was founded, like you said, 23 years ago by Aaron Dworkin, and at the time he didn't see himself in his colleagues on stage and in the music schools. And over the past 23 years, we've been able to increase the number of Black and Latinx classical musicians across the world's orchestra stages by about 4 or 5%.
Yeah.
It's not a very large increase, but it is a very substantial increase.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, there was almost nothing before. I mean, and it's hard to imagine that just 23 years ago, you could go to a symphony concert and see nobody of color on stage in most major cities, and that now you're starting to see people who are doing it.
Yes, and we're starting to see a buy-in from the nation's major orchestras. Running currently with the Sphinx competition is SphinxConnect, which is the epicenter of arts, and we really work to tackle the issues of diversity, inclusion, and equity in the arts. This year, I believe we'll be welcoming over 800 musicians, arts leaders, arts organizations, arts administrators, and fellows to Detroit, to really tackle that issue head on and create opportunities for musicians of color.
Hey, talk to me about how you came to want to play the cello.
So for me, it kind of started in the public school system back in Florida. I had a friend who was a year older than me. He was a neighborhood friend. He was already in orchestra, and he was like, "Hey man, like, if you join orchestra, we have class together." And I was like,
"Okay,
right, let's do it." So fast forward, I'm in orchestra, and I think it's like the first or second day, and the orchestra director's trying to like choose, like, all right, who should do this? And the orchestra director looks at me, Sandy Neal, and "You're a big kid." I was a lot bigger back then. "I think you should play the cello." And I was like, "Okay, sure." Okay. So kind of went with it, and I mean, I just immediately, I guess, fell in love with it.
So tell me how you felt as an African American male playing the cello in the orchestra. It's not the thing that you see a lot of other African American men doing. But were there other kids of color involved that way? And did you feel as though there were barriers, I guess, to your success there?
I would say when I first started, it was definitely noticeable that I was the only person of color in the orchestra. But I wouldn't say it deterred me or anything. I would say it was more of like a motivator and also a way of like, oh, like I should really lead by example and show that like I'm just like everyone else. And when I first started, it was just having fun, enjoying and playing music, and that's what it was all about. So that's how it was for me.
What about at the university level?
University level?
Was it more diverse or less diverse?
Becoming more diverse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.